Number one, how to take care of my body is I start to say no. So if you're like me as a busy entrepreneur, you will probably notice that you're shaking the thing.
Oops.
You will probably notice that your bandwidth goes really quickly and your energy levels can be depleted really quickly. So I start saying no to things when I am tired and I start getting rest. So number one is say no, get some rest. Number two is that I make sure that I am eating as well as I can. I try to do a lot of fresh produce, a lot of fresh veggies and fruit and good protein sources and stay away from junk, because I know that when I eat junk, it makes me feel tired and uncomfortable in my tummy. And even though, during the midday, I'll often get this like, oh, it's 3 o'clock. I think most of us get this. It's time for something sweet. And it might give me that initial hit of energy, but then I know if I have an event at 7 o'clock that night, I'm not going to make it. Like I need to feed myself some good fuel that will get me through the day. Yep. And then number three is, oh, there's Hillary. Hi, Hillary. Thank you for joining us. I'm having technical issues, so yes, we will. I will get back to you. Anyway, so number three is moving my body. And again, these sound really, really obvious. Oh, get rest and eat and move your body. This is what everyone tells you. But you would be surprised at how quickly we don't do these things once we get busy. How we literally just work all day. Like I will get up in the morning. I will start working from my bed. I will move to the desk, work all day, skip meals, work till 2 a.m., fall asleep, and get up and do the same thing again. And that lasts for about 3 days before I'm done. Right? So
yeah, that's the thing. You can't make it through the whole week even, right?
You can't. Yeah, I can't get through the whole week. This is why most Fridays I'm like, people want to go out. I'm like, no, I'm going to bed. So moving my body, whether it's walking, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's going for a swim, really making it a priority. Your top 3 tips.
Top 3 tips, again, more on the physical side as well. So the first one that I learned from going to actually a physio person, what are the people that give you stuff for your feet now? What is it called now?
Orthopedic.
Orthotics.
Orthotics, yeah.
An orthotics person. That's not what they're called, but yeah. So from there, actually talked about, again, like constantly being connected, constantly, as you mentioned, you're just moving from one device to the next, basically. Yeah. Stretches for your hands and also for your feet, because your feet, especially for going about from meeting to meeting or you're doing events, you're always standing. Your feet aren't actually really designed for that, because you're not supposed to be standing for like extremely long, extended periods of time, because the rest of your muscles are not actually helping, right? Yeah, so like if you're not working out, for example, your legs and everything else, your core, everything's misaligned, which means your feet and your legs are actually working even harder and they're going to be sore. So there's a few things you can do for yourself for that. The second thing is to sleep early or to sleep in. And as entrepreneurs, we do have a lot of pressure, but there is a flexibility. So if I find a period of time where I have, got off my last call for the night or my event is done, and I look at the time and it's not super late, you know what? If it's a night where I'm really feeling it, just go straight to bed. Yeah. And by doing that, you have to put your phone, of course, away, right? That's the only way it's going to happen, or you could be up for 2 more hours on your phone. Yeah. The third thing I do is every so often I actually have a massage place that is in the building that I work in, and so most people will treat a massage as like, I don't know, they'll go like very rarely, or they'll go if they get like a gift card or something, or again, it's not something that's part of your regular routine, but what it really does help with 2 ways. One, it's a mental break and it helps with stress. And 2, it positions you to be functioning at the proper level next time you're doing work, right? So sometimes in the middle of a 12-hour day, if I'm going to be getting a massage and I know it's a crazy day, that actually really helps me be at my best for longer. So again,
can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Do you find because this is what I find with massage or anything, yoga or massage or whatever, I also like work through things within my business.
Right.
Like, do you find that like I'll sometimes like get like these epiphanies or like a solution to something that I was struggling with?
It does happen sometimes, for sure, and that's why like even the thing like I talked about, when you're doing your stretches and stuff and you're not with your phone, you have to think about something, right? Yeah. So ideas definitely come up, and I try not to let them take over, because so when they're client related, I usually try to like dismiss that.
Yeah.
But if it's something for my business, like
Yeah.
an idea or a problem that we're having, and I can think about it, you're right. Some of the best thinking. That's why people say they get amazing ideas when they're in the shower.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Because there's nothing else to think about, basically. Right. So and all those things help with self-care from physical perspective and the mental perspective. So.
Yeah, and back to your point about stretching. So one of the things that I found was that I could work a lot faster from my phone than my computer, and so I got in this really bad habit of only using my phone to work from all day. And I developed like this. I have like these two fingers. It's been since the summer, and they're numb like all the time. Like all the time, they're numb.
It happens.
Yeah.
So there's actually this thing called a pop socket that you can use, which does help.
Yeah.
So instead of you, and my phone is the Plus, so it's a little bit bigger, but instead of you constantly grabbing it like this, what you can do is you can put it like this, and you can switch fingers, right? And then of course, if you're at a table, you don't have, if you're trying to just watch something or read something, you don't have to hold it. Yes. So sometimes I'll notice that I'm sitting here like this with my arm resting on the table. I don't need to be holding it. I can just plop it right down, right?
And see, my problem was that I would hold it like this. I didn't have one of these, and so I would literally like hold it with these two fingers.
You gotta switch it up. Right? It's horrible what we're doing to our hands,
to our bodies, but it is. But it is that like really, again, paying attention and being like, ooh, my hands are a little stiff. So you guys ever wake up in the morning, your hands are kind of stiff?
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's like you like make sure you're stretching.
Yes, stretches you can do. Hold it back like this, and you feel the stretch here. Other way, like put it on a table, go down. There's all kinds of stuff you can do, but you have to remember to do it all the time. Right?
And there's actually a really good. I used to be on the yoga. What's the online? Yoga Glow. They had a really great yoga for people that work at their desk all day long, basically. And it was stuff for your hands and feet. It was awesome. So yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I want to talk about while we have the time. Anyways, even if I'm so sorry that we don't have our guest speakers today. Well, you're my guest speaker.
I'm a fill-in guest.
You're fill-in guest. I guess the other thing is that, and again, I am going to reschedule this because both Hillary and Shirley have really important things to share, especially when it comes to burning out and how do you continue to take care of yourself and not just stop everything. But I guess that would be one of my questions for you is how do you manage your own self-care? How do you take care of your body even when you're so busy, or does it just go out the window?
No, what happens is it does get postponed, but it gets postponed to the point where I know I have to address it, and everyone knows their limits, right? I have a friend who works again way harder than she should. She's balancing like literally 4 or 5 different businesses and projects and stuff, and she will know when to take a day off. When she says, for example, I'm cleaning my room today, that means she is off. Like she's just doing her thing. She needs to take a break. It's not the most important task to do, but she has to do something else, right? Yeah. And for me, like I will feel the physical symptoms before I know that it's too much mentally, and so I'll book myself a quick break. One of the things I also think works really well is to book a trip. So to always have like a trip or a retreat or a conference that's coming up, and then within the next month or two, so that you have that thing to look forward to. Yeah. And your brain will adapt, right? Yeah. So if you tell yourself, listen, in 2 weeks you're going to be off for 2 days. Yeah. Then it actually will adjust and know you're not helpless, right?
Yeah, because I think that's a part of it too. It's the mental game. If you're looking at a long tunnel with no light, right? Exactly.
Yes. If you think you're going to be doing this for the next 20 years straight, obviously your body's going to start to panic and put up all these defense mechanisms and start to shut down in certain ways, right? But if you know that you're going to have those breaks, it's great. And for me, change of scenery really, really helps too. So obviously we're at Make Lemonade. I have my own studio space that I work at. I've worked out of cafes just as often. I'm from Brampton, like my family's from Brampton, so I will go there some days to work. I'll work with other entrepreneurs. So changing that up is a huge thing to keep it fresh.
And if you're in Toronto, another really cool place, have you been to Love Child Social House?
I haven't been yet, but I follow their Instagram. Yeah.
So that's another really cool space. So I don't go there to work in terms of having meetings or having client sessions, because they don't really have any private rooms. But that is where I go when I want a me day to like sit and create or sit and catch up on emails or write or whatever. I'll pop in there and just do a day pass. I think it's like $15 to drop in, and they have like it's a massive, gorgeous space.
It's a unique environment. Yeah, right? It's not just like a workspace.
Yeah.
It's a
I get a
combination.
gushy couch and I sit in there on the gushy couch and I sit and I work. And also what I'll do there is I'll tend to walk there.
Okay.
It's about an hour walk for me. I'll
Wow.
usually take transit back, but that's my way, right?
Yes.
Like, so that's
Yes.
one of the things, again, as a busy entrepreneur, to your point, I make sure that I have at least once a month a day that's just all mine.
Yeah.
And so I sleep in, I walk to, you
Yeah.
know, and I don't make it a weekend. I do make it a work day. There's something about having a
I
work
agree.
day
I agree 100%.
all to myself.
100%.
Yeah.
It's more effective for me to take, let's say, a Thursday off
Yeah.
than to take a Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, because Saturday I want to see my friends, or
Right.
I want to do laundry.
There's
or,
stuff going on.
Yeah,
right?
that was so. I had this moment on Tuesday this week where I woke up, I was in bed and I'm stretching and I'm waking up and I'm like, oh, Saturday, what am I gonna do today? And then I was like,
It wasn't
wait,
Saturday.
it's Tuesday. And I was like, why do I feel so rested? Why is it so bright outside? Like,
Right, there you go.
sudden. But yeah, so having a day to yourself during the week, or for me, that's really makes a difference. I walk, I take my time.
For sure.
I enjoy the day, and I work on things, usually administrative type things, but it's still,
Yeah, of course.
it's enjoyable because it's my time.
It's your own time, and you know what? You don't feel like you're reporting to anyone. You don't have client meetings
Yes,
that day. You
yeah.
don't have team things.
I don't have to check my phone.
Right, exactly, and you can create. So
Yeah.
there's a delay in like once you do switch into that mode,
Yeah.
you do have to switch gears, right?
Yeah.
You go from running around management, event modes, whatever,
Mhm.
to hey, I can actually plan. I
Yeah.
can write something if I have an idea. I can post a really cool Instagram post that I left off for the last week.
Yeah.
So your mind will actually come up with some really cool ideas if you give it space.
Exactly. And that's one thing, you probably heard me talk a lot about that in terms of creating space. That was my mission last year, and I'm just continuing it. But how do I create more space? Because that's when the magic comes, the genius
Yes.
comes,
The best
solutions.
ideas.
Yeah.
The number of ideas that I have, man. I write so many things down right after a moment where I was just like my phone died and I was walking home,
Yeah.
right? And now I'm forced to be without my phone for an hour. I'm thinking, of course,
Yeah.
I'm going to write something down on my notebook,
Yeah.
right? So those ideas are priceless, and we need to give ourselves more time
Yes.
for that to actually happen.
Yeah, that's 100% again as a busy entrepreneur, and we're getting a little bit off how to take care of our bodies, but this I think
Right.
is how to take care of our minds and our
Yep.
mental health. And
But
creating
the
space.
symptoms show on your physical
Yeah.
body, right? Like the more stressed you are, the more tense you are, right?
Yeah.
Even people feel it in their stomach, their digestion
Oh, yeah.
is affected, right? If you receive really bad news one day, or if you just realize like something crazy just happened in your business, like you will actually physically feel that.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
So
you get people with ulcers and like serious
Right.
digestive problems or
people forget
migraines,
that, though,
right? So it's a really good point. Thank you. And then one last question before we wrap up, which is how do you? So I tend to be an all or nothing person with my fitness. Like I'm either like running triathlons or
Right.
I don't see the inside of a gym for 6 months, and that's right. So
Yeah, yeah.
I guess my question is, do you have a tip for how you keep consistent and not be all or nothing, or are you an all or nothing person too?
I'm all or nothing. Like
I feel like most entrepreneurs
the issue,
are.
that's an issue, and obviously I'm very dependent on having other people to work out with. So
Yeah.
like when I'm on a routine or a plan, that's amazing, and I have accountability. But when I'm off, it's so easy to just push it to the next day or push it to the weekend or not do it. So unless you're in a routine, I think for most people, unless you're in a routine, it's great. You're not going to
Yeah.
work out once a month on a Thursday. It's just not going to happen. Like you're going to either work out every single Thursday
Yeah.
or you're not going to do it.
Yeah.
And that's why on those days, like I'm subconsciously trying to figure out like a plan. What am I going to do next?
Yeah.
And that's why if you book a class, book a yoga class, or actually schedule a workout with
Yeah.
someone, it's going to happen.
I was gonna say
right?
the accountability, yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's something that I feel like I might implement that. I feel like at the end of this call, you guys, if you're not already on my Bold Connections group, go and join it. I think I'm gonna start some sort of like fitness accountability thing where
Right.
it's like Again, it's about making it right for you. So if you're a person that working out once a week is all that your schedule can manage or your body can manage, that's fine. But it's about being consistent. So
then you can add to it, right?
Exactly.
Like one of the biggest issues with starting to work out, if you haven't after a long time, is that you're not at the level that you were at, right? And so you feel like you're discouraged, or you feel you can't do enough. So what's the point? So it happens. Like people go in phases, and obviously everyone starts going to the gym again in January usually, right? Like it's a typical thing. But as an example, like, you know, getting to do a class that's different, a workout class, a yoga class, or whatever type of class, like I said, it forces you to get out of that. And then you realize, okay, all right, I can get back into this again.
And it's fun. And then plus we're challenging our brains and doing something new.
And it becomes something that you do again socially, like with someone else, right? So you're more likely to continue.
I love it. So for those of you that joined us last night, we had a Bold Connections karaoke night, which was ridiculously fun. I'm feeling strongly about creating a Bold Connections like fitness thing, where it's something we can meet up and do it together, or it's some sort of virtual accountability thing. Watch for that. I will put the link in the comments so that you guys can join that. Like I said, I apologize that I messed up. I thought I had this system down. Last time it worked so easy. This time it did not.
Hillary, so the goal was to have the goal was to have two other amazing.
But you got us, and we're pretty badass. But anyway, so I will reschedule that call with Hillary and with Shirley because or the live because they have really, really important information to share, especially if you're a high performing entrepreneur or anything.
It's crazy how many celebrity entrepreneurs work out nonstop every day, no matter what their schedule is, and if they can fit it in, then we need to as well, right?
Exactly, that's exactly it. It's just about restructuring, reprioritizing, and going from there. I am cognizant of the fact that in 1 minute somebody else is coming to take this room. We're getting a knock. We're finishing up. So Daniel, thank you so much for joining me and sharing your insights. You guys, thank you for sharing. And the live will be posted. As you watch, please post your comments and watch for more stuff from us. Okay, bye guys.
Take care.